Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, today I'm going to be doing Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, The Dream Child. And before I go any further, I must say I did not like this movie whatsoever. It was not very good in my opinion. The very first time I saw it, I honestly was not impressed with it. I really didn't at the time know what to think about it. I was like, as great as Part 4 was, to watch Part 5 just was, I was disappointed. Let's just put it that way. And so, if I were to say that Nightmare on Elm Street 5 would probably be the one that I dislike the most. Well, actually I shouldn't say that. Out of 1 through 6, it's the one I dislike the most. I'm sorry, 1 through 7 dislike the most. But if you want to count the remake, I hated that movie. That movie was not even worth watching. It was horrible. Did not like it. So that one and Part 5 are in the same boat. But anyway, sorry about that. So let's get into the review. First and foremost, if you have not seen this movie for some odd reason, go watch it and then come back and watch this review, because it does have spoilers. But if you just want to save yourself some time and some misery, save you some misery and some just wasted time, stay tuned for this review, because I'll cover as much as you need to know about this, because this ain't worth watching, in my opinion. So, if you're new, welcome, and please go subscribe. If you are liking these videos, if you like these videos, this one in particular, please subscribe, please leave comments, and all that stuff. But, man. Anyway, so let's talk about Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5. So basically it takes place, I want to say a year after Part 4. And hang on a second, I need to get a drink. Sorry about that. But anyway, I think this takes place about a year after Part 4, and Alice, Lisa Wilcox is in this. Her boyfriend Dan, and of course Robert Englund comes back as Freddy. But and we have a few new characters as well. But so basically this movie, in a nutshell, is about teen pregnancy, the discussion of abortion, and then you got Freddy, who is basically trying to, he's using Alice's baby while still in Alice. He is using the baby's dreams to do his thing and kill people, which that is kind of cool. I got to admit that is kind of cool for him to use the baby's dream. So basically what that means is that, being that when the baby dreams, people can die while they're still awake. because the baby's asleep and Freddy's able to kill people that way. I know it sounds kind of odd, but in a way it sounds cool, in a way it sounds kind of odd. But so that's basically how Freddy does his thing in this one. He uses Alice's baby to Alice's baby's dreams to come through and do his thing, basically. And you got, like I said, talk of whether to keep it, whether not to keep it. There's a scene where Dan's parents come by and try to talk Alice and her parents into letting them take the baby after she has it, so that they can raise it, because they don't think Alice is a fit mother. And so I don't know, and so that's basically the movie. You got Alice going and doing the pregnancy thing, going to doctor appointments. You got her doing ultrasounds. You got her doing this, doing that. She's in the hospital overnight in one particular scene, and Jacob comes by to visit her, and lo and behold, that is her son, our baby, basically. And so basically what Freddy's doing is basically after every kill Freddy does, he feeds the baby that person's soul. So he's trying to make the baby just like him, basically. Trying to make the baby just like Freddy. That's Freddy's that's Freddy's goal. And so that's what Freddy does through the whole movie. So you got these other characters, and I can't think of their names right offhand. You got Alice's friend. I can't remember her name in the movie. Greta. That's her name, Greta. Freddy kills her in probably the most disgusting way I think I've ever seen. He basically just feeds her to death, and from what I was told, I don't know. I mean, that kill was just, you have to go watch it, because it's very disgusting. And then you got the comic book guy, and I cannot remember his name, but he draws comics, and he draws pictures and little cartoons and stuff like that. You got him, and then you got the other girl. And I'm telling you, these names, as I have not watched this movie in quite a while, that's how much I can't stand this movie. I have not even watched it for this review, because I ain't putting myself through that. That's a bit much. But you got her. Like I said, her name is slipping my my brain. I do not remember. But I mean, she's okay in the movie. She's very famous. I've seen her in other movies as well. But so you got Freddy trying to kill her in the hot tub and on the swimming pool. She's really good at swimming. She's actually, I believe, one of the ones that actually survives. And the comic book guy, that's what I'm just going to start calling him, because I don't know his name. The comic book guy, Freddy pulls him into one of his comics, actually. And he's like this superhero, and I think it looks so ridiculous. And then you got Freddy, turning into Super Freddy, and it just looks so ridiculous and so cheesy and so just like, what in the world am I watching? It's crazy. And on top of all that, through the whole movie, you got Freddy doing one-liners constantly, and it gets so annoying because like every time, everything, he has to have a one-liner too, and they're so ridiculously silly that they're not even funny. You know, it's just, I really don't have nothing positive to say about this movie. I really don't. You know, and so at the end, Alice once again fights him, and she has to save her baby. And actually, it's the baby that saves her in this one, because Jacob finally realizes that Freddy's bad, and basically releases all the energy back to him that he gave him. Basically, in a nutshell, if you watch the movie, you'll see it. But basically what Jacob does is he basically throws up on Freddy. And that's it. And now everything's back to normal. So that's the movie. If you want to go watch that for yourself, feel free. Just know that you're not going to be impressed with it, because I don't like it. And so that's basically my thoughts on Nightmare on Elm Street 5. It probably, when it was made, I think it was kind of like Halloween 5, where they kind of rushed it, just like they did with Halloween 5 when that company made that movie. They rushed it, and it wasn't as good because of that reason. And I think that's what happened with Nightmare 5, was that and I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking that's what happened with 5, is they rushed it. From what the interviews I saw, they didn't really have much of a script, and they kind of just played it by ear as they went. And if that's the case, then y'all really don't need to be making a movie. Y'all need to wait, because by the time 5 came out, 4 was on back then it was VHS. So you were basically competing with yourself, and not to mention the fact that 5 just ain't a good movie. But anyway, that's 5, part 5. I don't have much to say about this one because, like I said, I do not like it. And that's pretty much it. So if you agree with me on this movie, please leave a comment down below on your thoughts about this movie. And that'll do it. So once again, if you're new, please subscribe. Please give this video a big thumbs up. And once again, like I said, please leave a comment on your thoughts of Nightmare on Elm Street 5. And I will see you all in the next video.